Well, it's been a few weeks since I've had the truck, and it's time to give an honest opinion about it. As you can see, I've modified the exterior a little bit. I got rid of these massive wheels, put on some 1.5s, give it more of a scale look. I'm going to go over the things that I do like and things that I don't like. Obviously, I do love the way that the truck looks. It looks really good, really scale looking truck for a Land Cruiser. I mean, when they do them, they get them right. It's pretty good. They do pretty good bodies over there at RGT. So the way it looks is awesome. I love the way it looks. I mean, you get a winch with it. You get all this bull bar and all this extra railing and all this detail. Like some of the things I have put on is the antenna, these spotlights. I put on this hitch spot. I put on the number plates, the awning, the light bar, these two boxes. I switched out the original tip of the snorkel. I put on the traction boards and another number plate on the back and another hitch point as well. On the inside, I ended up putting in a Reedy motor, and there's also a Reedy ESC in there as well. Out of the box, the way it drives was actually horrible. I'm being honest. You guys that watch my channel a lot, you know that I run a lot of RC every day. Like I'm doing shorts, so. When I first got out of the box, I loved the way it looked, but then when I drove it on my trail and in the backyard, I just noticed the way that the electronics and the motor were pushing and pulling the truck in such a way that it was actually really hard to get slow modulation. So I immediately was like, man, I hate driving this truck. It's not enjoyable truck to drive because you would have to keep throttling up over obstacles too much. So the truck would drive up to something and then hit an obstacle and then sort of stop, and you would have to give it so much throttle that the truck ends up jumping over the obstacle or starting too abruptly, which doesn't look like a very good crawl. And when you're trying to get good footage like I like to do, and you want it to really crawl smoothly over the whole obstacle without stopping, it's actually not easy to do with this truck, because you'll find that it'll get itself inside of an obstacle, and then you have to give it more throttle to get over the next one, but you end up giving too much throttle and it throws itself over, and it's not a very smooth look. So that's what made me put the different electronics in it, right? So the only thing I didn't change was the receiver, so because I didn't want to mess with having all the buttons and all the functionality the truck's got. So I think this is like a 10 channel. So once I did that, crawling became a lot easier. I could do a lot slower, but it still has the problem of wanting to do that jolt over obstacles. So it's really hard to get a smooth crawl over a sharp, sort of more rockier, sharper terrain. So one thing I did notice, and this is probably half the reason why it does it, is the amount of play that's in the drivetrain. There's a lot. There's quite a bit. And if I grab a Traxxas truck, I'm not sitting here saying that Traxxas is the best of the best, but if we grab a Traxxas truck and do the same thing, I haven't modified this. It's all, none of the gears or nothing's been modified. There's nearly no play. It's gonna, if I start accelerating with a battery in it, it's gonna move straight away. All right, so whereas if we go back to the Cruiser again, there's a lot of play in this very, very long drivetrain. So I think that's always going to be an issue because of the truck's length. And there's just, unless you were to rebuild the axles and everything, the gearbox and everything, go crazy with it, it's going to be hard to get rid of that slack. So to try and make the truck drive better as well, I removed the shocks, put better oil in them, and tried to adjust them to get a better preload and load out of them. The problem with the rear is that the rear shocks are so close to each other and facing inwards to each other that it causes this rock, rather than the shocks being able to perform and go directly up and down. It causes them it to be very bouncy because it's pulling on itself now. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope you sort of see what I'm saying there. Alright, so again, it's not, without modifying it a lot, I reckon, and putting better axles and all that sort of stuff in it and adjusting everything in that way, it's going to be a very hard truck to get to perform like how a Traxxas truck does and all these other rigs do. I mean, the only problem is I paid about $750, nearly $800 for this. The Traxxas is just over $1,000 Australian, so we have to pay quite a bit in tax for these types of things. But for what you're paying for this, I really don't think you're paying for the electronics, because they're pretty average electronics that come in it. So I think you're really just paying for the body, even though it's not licensed, but you're just paying for this massive body and how much detail's in there. It's clipless, full light system in it. Light system in it is awesome. There was extra plugs in there and everything, so all I had to do was mount this and plug it into one of the plugs inside the truck, and it's already on the controller, which is awesome. So I do like trucks. I've got two of their trucks. I've got one of their other ones. So like, I do like the fact that you can do minimal to these trucks, and like, I'd consider this truck finished. Like, it does everything. Full light kit, looks good. I'm going to build a tent maybe for the back here, but apart from that truck's finished, and I didn't have to do much out of the box to it. All I had to do was throw some cool stuff on it. And yes, I did change the electronics. But if you're just going to use it for a trail rig, like you're going to go take it on walks and stuff, and you're not really looking to go crazy rock crawling, you're going to love this thing. Because along the trails and stuff like that, it's got 2 speeds, it's quite fast. Like, you're going to love it along the trail. And that's where this thing really shines, I reckon, a trail truck. Like an actual raw trail truck where it's built to just go along a footpath or a trail, a dirt trail that's not too extreme. You might go over a log or a couple of rocks here and there, but you're not basically just hopping over rocks like you can do with like the Traxxas trucks. So I really do think it's maybe they knew that as well. Maybe they knew, because of its length and the issues you're going to have with its drivetrain, that it's really just it's designed, I think, to be a trail rig. You know, so apart from like that, one of the things I hate doing, again, like being an aspiring RC YouTuber, I hate putting batteries in and out of trucks. I hate taking the body off because I'm sick of it. Pulling pins, trying to line them back up, you crack your Lexan all the time. I got so sick of it. So you'll find a lot of the trucks that I have, I'll actually modify where the battery goes. This cab being able to just run an extension cord from the original battery motor cable straight. All I did was if you can see it, all I did was like drill a hole so then I could run the battery cable to come out inside the cab here, and then I can just plug that in. The battery goes in sideways and wedges itself in perfectly when I put it in sideways like that and push it down. Like, it wedges itself in and it doesn't move. Yes, I'm putting a lot of more weight at the back, but the size of this rig and the weight distribution of all of the detail anyway, it's really off anyway. I'd need to put a lot of weight in the front to help it, I think, as well. But that, to me, having this on the back is just a godsend, because it's so easy just to load up this truck and put it on a trail, really like that. I like. Same as the Traxxas trucks, where you can the clipless stuff is really good. So the fact that I could do that is really good. But if I wanted to take this off, I'm gonna have to put the battery inside here. That's obvious, but again, I'm probably not gonna do that. But yeah, you can do that, and the truck does look pretty sick with just the tray without this on it. So you could do a whole different type of build with it. So to be honest, I don't like the way the truck drives on crawling rocky terrain. Like, I really don't like it. I don't enjoy driving it at all. I believe the dig functionality on it is pointless. Never used it. Probably never going to use it, to be honest. So that was one thing they probably could have opted for a a full rear wheel drive instead of having dig, because rear wheel drive and this would be fun. And it doesn't have full rear wheel drive. It's got front wheel drive, and then it's got all wheel drive or locked diffs, or that sort of situation. So like, not being able to put it in just rear wheel drive is kind of sucky, because then you can't just do cool donuts and stuff like that. But I thought it was kind of weird, but I'm guessing it's because of that dig functionality diff and gearbox that they put in. So whatever is that about, but I don't know why they put it in. Being a trail truck, I just don't see the point in having dig. I have never used it. This truck's so long, and most people are probably going to detail it nicely, so they're not really going to need dig. That's my opinion, but whatever. So in turn, yeah, the truck drives like crap on extreme terrain, but if you choose your lines correctly and you just want a trail truck to look really cool, I love it. I love the fact how cool it looks. I love the fact that it's got an interior and everything it needs. Like, you could literally just pull this out of the box and not even change the wheels and just run it as is, and you've got a pretty sick truck. Like, you don't even have to put any of these extra little bits of detail on it, and it'll be a really good truck. So, but apart from that, I'll still use it. I'll just use it in the correct terrain where it works, and it works well. I'll still crank it in the backyard because it's still fun. But if I was going to... When I go out with my brother on the weekend and we go for a trail walk, I'm torn on what truck to bring. And lately I've been leaving this one behind, because it's not as capable as what some of my other rigs are. So, depending on where I'll go, I'll take this. If it's more of a lazy trail or something like that, or it's just a chill spot with some cool terrain, I'd probably take this. But if I know I'm going to be climbing up some stuff, I'm probably not going to take that, because it's not as capable. And it's really, like I said, it's really hard to get to crawl without it doing that shunting type movement. So anyway, I hope this video helped you understand your purchase about this truck, and whether you want to buy it, whether you're going to get an extreme crawler. It's not. It's more of a trail rig. So, especially for the price here in Australia, how much you pay for this thing, you could get a much, much more capable truck. Actually, for less, you could buy an Element trail runner for $500 to $600, and it will go places that this thing would not dream of going. So there's that too. So depends if you want a scale look with this. If you just want a Land Cruiser because you love Land Cruisers and you like Toyotas, it makes sense and it will do everything you want to do. But if you want something that's going to be a bit more extreme and actually be able to be more capable, I would lean towards one of the more cheaper brands, the 6. Well, they're not a cheaper brand, but I put all of the electronics from a trail runner into this. So, and I know the trail runner, being that was my first truck, I don't have one anymore. That's why I got my brother one, because I know it's a very capable truck. Like, the electronics and the way that truck's set up, it'll climb over some crazy stuff, even with 1.5 wheels on it. I mean, you just got to choose your lines correctly. So yeah, just make sure you know what you're buying. Like, because it's an expensive truck, and for it to be not super capable when you could get something way more capable, just keep in mind that, look at more videos, look at more reviews, like look at people that are doing reviews after they've had it for a few weeks and actually used it, like myself, and then come to the conclusion like, this truck looks great, but it actually doesn't drive that good for full-on trail and rock climbing. So anyway, I hope you got more information that you needed out of the video. I hope you hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, get into my catalogue. There's heaps of shorts. I do them daily. Like, I drop shorts basically every day, so with all my trucks. And I'm only buying a new truck every 1,000 subscribers, otherwise my addiction will get out of control and I'll have a room full of RC trucks. So hit me up, get the subscribers going so I can buy another truck, because I'm fiending for another one, and there's some new ones coming out that I'm keen as, and I'm not allowed to buy one until I get it to 3,000 subs now. So alright, hit me up. Thanks very much, guys. Peace out.